Earlier this week, Hell Let Loose gave a massive reveal that we've all been anticipating and been teased from since March's roadmap dev brief. So here are the details. We've all been waiting for details ever since the roadmap dev brief back in March, where they said there'll be a new map titled The Eastern Front, with the only clues being summer of 1943 and will be a heavy urban environment and obviously being in Eastern Europe. Very little to go on, and there was a lot of speculation as to where we could be going, with one of the popular ones being Berlin, which was quickly ruled out as they named that as being one of their swan songs for Hell Let Loose, should it ever be done. So where is we going on the next map, which will be coming in November? It will be a map that was pivotal to World War II and has seen a lot of conflict throughout many of the wars, all the way going back to 1812 on the Napoleonic Wars, where the city was actually burnt down. And we are talking about Smolensk, right on the border of Russia and marking the main gateway to Moscow. It was early captured in 1941 by the German forces and put a lot of pressure onto a potential invasion and advance onto the Moscow, and blowing the Red Army out with a capture so huge that it lowered their morale for the region for a good year. Back in 1943, which is where we're going to be focusing on now, this is where the Soviet army actually done a counteroffensive and retook Smolensk back from the German army and restored their position and the security for Moscow. Now, we haven't had much of an in-game map render apart from a couple of screenshots from an in-game 3D environment. So here's what a 1943 map of Smolensk looked like. And I think this is going to make us very excited. There's a huge dynamic of gameplay to be done, with a mixture of open city area fields with a city center so dense that it will be a nightmare for tanks and vehicles in general. It will offer a lot of verticality. Now, a lot of roles could end up being excelled through this map, especially coming down to flamers and satchels being even more used against buildings and flanking attempts than ever before. But I think this would definitely put the game to a test, considering how it's going to be on such a sheer scale. It's going to throw us a little bit of a curveball in placement and overall strategy. I would also like to think that this could also mark the future potential for increased server size, going up from a 50v50 up to maybe a 75v75. But that's just my own opinion and my own wishful thinking. So we've got November to look forward to. We've also got more coming out in October, which I'll be covering in a separate video. Let me know your comments and your thoughts on this map and what you're hoping to see, considering how, although we know where we're going, we still don't know what to expect when we get there. See you on the next video. Hope to see you on the front lines. Take care.